Yo, we need to talk about Luigi Mangione, right? Because Luigi at this point is still considered the strong person of interest in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, and he was arrested on firearm charges in Pennsylvania. And all of this after, of course, Thompson was shot in Midtown Manhattan back on Wednesday morning, and there's been a major manhunt for the gunman ever since. Now, as far as how Mangione got identified, it wasn't actually in connection with the United Healthcare CEO shooter lookalike contest, which is, yes, a real thing that happened, but rather it apparently happened at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania where the NYPD said that he was recognized by an employee. And with this, the police said that they recovered a weapon consistent with the one used in the murder, as well as a fake New Jersey ID that matched the one that the suspect used to check into a hostel in New York. And according to the NYPD, the weapon appears to be a ghost gun that may have been made by a 3D printer, though they need to run further tests on it. With Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch adding,
additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset.
With NYPD officials saying that the document was 3 pages long and that right now it doesn't look like there were any specific threats to others listed in it, but it does show ill will towards corporate America. With a minute reportedly saying these parasites had it coming and also apologizing for any trauma he's caused, but emphasizing that it, quote, had to be done. Now, in terms of how else they found this guy, you had officials pointing to the surveillance pictures of the person of interest.
The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations.
The authorities also didn't give too many details about Luigi, but said that he was born and raised in Maryland, had ties to San Francisco, potentially went to school in Pennsylvania, and that his last known address was in Hawaii. And currently, the NYPD also believes that he acted alone, though the investigation is still ongoing. But I will say it appears that we are learning more and more about this guy by the second, and that is because right now, the public is digging up everything they can find about him on social media, with that ranging from his background, travel photos, as well as his Goodreads account. For example, people sharing this quote from Dr. Seuss he allegedly liked and tagged under activism, reading, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not." As well as allegedly books about back pain that he seemingly read, with many then connecting it back to his X-ray and his Twitter header. You've also got others trying to get a glimpse into his politics by looking at who he followed, which included people like Trevor Noah and AOC to RFK Jr. and Joe Rogan. And then regarding more of his background, you had the New York Times reporting that he was valedictorian at an expensive private high school in Baltimore. But as of filming, that is everything we know, though because of the breaking nature of it all, there's gonna be more details coming out. And so with that, well, obviously we're gonna keep eyes on this and talk about this more. In the meantime, I'd love to know your thoughts on any and all aspects of this whole story and situation in those comments down below.